Hey minions, it's your favorite life-saving gamer, FFEMTP509. Thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoyed my last video where we touched a little on how to rush with success. In that video I showed you a team deathmatch on Oasis where I went 34-1 with a MOAB. The first thing that you've probably already noticed is that I recorded this game from my file share. The reason for that is that I got this gameplay while sitting at work one night and I didn't have my cat recording it. The second thing is, if you're really paying attention, there's no red on this timeline, which of course means that this is a death-free game. And since everyone loves a MOAB, you will see one during this game. Now the difference in today's video is that I'm going to be camping, not rushing. Now keep in mind, I didn't intend to get a MOAB, but because I was focused on not dying, I got one as a byproduct. The class I'm using here, I set up specifically for camping in terminal before the game started. I equipped two primary weapons, one for mid to long range and the other for close quarters. The assault rifle I chose was the Type 95 with a red dot using the proficiency impact, and for close quarters I went with a KSG shotgun with damage and extended mags. Like I said before, I encourage you to use guns that you feel comfortable with, but don't feel afraid to try out new weapons and setups. The perks I was using were set up to maximize the fact that I had two primary weapons. I started out with sleight of hand, overkill, and marksman. For the specialist package, you should choose what you prefer, but I went with assassin to counter any low kill streaks like the UAV, which people have a habit of equipping during team deathmatch, extreme conditioning because I like to know that I can sprint if I need to, and stalker because it's hard to hit any target, especially because I like to duck in and out of cover while aiming down my sights. Choose whatever equipment that you feel comfortable with, but like any true camper, I chose the portable radar. It helps protect me against getting flanked. Now normally, when camping, I recommend circling the perimeter of a map, but for terminal, I like to rush the center stairs just below the explosive tank in the center of the map, because it has great lines of sight and provides quick access to all the other areas of the map, which you're going to see in this video. Now, to go one step further, if for some reason people start to spawn in the area behind you, outside, you're going to hear them coming, because both sets of stairs and the ladder that lead to this area are made of metal and make a very distinct sound. Camping is all about having the advantage when engaging or being engaged by an opponent. So learning to be patient is also important. Map knowledge will be equally as important, which you'll see why later. Knowing the good head glitch spots and what areas of the map provide the best cover while still allowing you good angles for engagement will allow you to be an effective camper. Now, to do this, you have to be conscious of the minimap, even when you don't have a UAV. There are two reasons for this. The first helps you out with the second. The first being knowing where your team is. It stands to reason that if you know where your team is, you will know where the enemy is not. Plus, if a team member dies, regardless of whether or not the enemy appeared on the minimap, you will know to survey your surroundings and not just hide in a corner while aiming down your sights the whole game and then get killed from behind. The second reason to really pay attention to your minimap is if you do have a UAV or an advanced UAV out, you will see anyone that doesn't have assassin equipped, which leads us back to reason number one. If the enemy is using assassin, knowing where your team is will give you a general idea about where the enemy is. Now, after all that, we can focus on the gameplay. At the beginning of the game, I rushed the center stairs and checked the center and left lines of sight while still behind the cover of the stairs, and then made my way to the box just outside the center room. This spot here is a great spot to head glitch, and although a sniper can pick you off, it's extremely difficult, because you're going to have the advantage 9 times out of 10. Now for those of you on the other end of this, the easiest way to get someone out of this spot is to use explosives. One of two things is going to happen. You either kill them and mission accomplished, or you injure them enough that it makes them expose themselves in an effort to find better cover. Okay, so right about now, we've switched spawns and I've made my way around to the center room closest to the metal detectors in the A spawn. I really don't like this side of the map because it limits my lines of sight and it's enclosed, so explosives almost always kill me. From here on out I have a few close calls, the first of which was that sniper round to the chest that didn't kill me, and then immediately afterwards, the grenade failed that would have finished me off. Now, right about now, I start to notice that my entire team pushed the escalators and that the terminal area is empty. So, I duck out of here, and as I crouch walk, I see the tip of a gun pointing around the wall right around here, so I put a burst into that guy knowing I'm close to a MOAB. Now this is why map knowledge is important. I know that right there isn't supposed to be there, so I put a burst into it and it gave me the kill. Now I somehow survived this gunfight, and that kill because of my specialist package gives me my MOAB. I set it off trying to get the final kill cam and fail miserably with the timing, but want to point out that this guy right here, Squidly Spooch, rage quits as soon as I send it out. As for the rest of his team, they all stick around and take that MOAB like men. Now, I really wanted to get the final kill cam with that MOAB, but apparently I can't count. The game goes to 7,500, not 7,000. So, I go back toward the other A spawn and pick up a couple more kills, failing to get the final kill cam. The guy who gets it is some random on my team named Chew918. He kills a guy with a concussion grenade while that dude's in final stand. You're going to get a good look at that here in the kill cam. So guys, I've had a lot of fun making these videos and really would like to know what you guys would like to see next. We've done one rushing video and one camping video. If you guys have any ideas as to what I should comment on, please let me know. Just to point it out, this guy Squidly Spooch who rage quit earlier jumps right back in and gets thrown in on the enemy team. Look at him down there at the bottom. That being said guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, be safe.